This episode of Torture Vision's Low Score is brought to you by AnthonyDinar.com. Hey, this is your host, Anthony Dinar, and your co-host, Brandon Hayes.
Hello?
And I was stupid enough to buy Pepsiman. That's what I played today.
Yeah. Why don't you tell everyone how much it cost?
Oh, fuck. I am too embarrassed to admit that. But it's not only that. I had to, fuck with a PlayStation and, rig it so I could even play this. Because, believe it or not, even though this was filmed in California right here, and everything's in English, this is a Japanese exclusive.
Right. So you ended up buying this kit because online, you can see these tutorials that tell you how to make your PlayStation play with the lid open.
Right.
And the only reason you want to do that is because you got to swap out the game at one point, but I'll get to that in a second. The way to keep the lid open is there's these three little holes or something. In the simplest form, they need to be filled with something in order to tell the PlayStation that the lid is closed.
Right.
So people will tell you, they'll give you these tutorials like, if you stick a piece of a straw in this hole and like a broken paper clip in this hole, and then everything will be fine. You didn't want to do that, so you bought like this professional kit that breaks your PlayStation. So you have these custom-made plastic pieces that you shove into place. So once you completely broke the PlayStation 2, then we put in this disc. What's it called?
It's a Magic Swap disc, yes.
So you got to run that disc first. It gets through all the copyright regional bullshit.
Right.
And then you pop that out, and then you put in your Japanese game, and now your Japanese game will play on your American PlayStation.
Exactly.
Big, long process, but it's actually good because, this game is pure garbage, but when we got a bunch of exclusive Japanese-only games that are actually decent, and we'll be featuring those later.
Yeah, and if you have a PlayStation original, you can do it much easier, like the PlayStation 1 by using a spring, and you gotta swap it out 2 different times, while it's spinning, and it's quite interesting. I recommend doing that to extend your library, but not for this game.
Yeah, no, we ended up breaking the PlayStation Slim version of the 2 that we had.
Yeah, because one of the models of the 2 doesn't read blue discs, for whatever reason. It's a pain in the ass. So it's like, well, if I'm gonna break it, I'm gonna break the shitty Slim that I have. But anyway, so this game is like you're just running around collecting all of these Pepsi cans, and if you collect all 100, then it's not you just get an extra life. You also you get a better ending or whatever, like a perfect or a flawless victory, or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm going to mention this again because I do it in every episode where I hear this in my headset. I hear this buzzing.
And no one else can hear it.
Okay. What is causing that?
I have no idea. My phone is off, but if my phone is on, it does make that noise. But I don't know. We got way too much technology in this little room, and it's all freaking out because you just got too much shit.
Signals upon signals.
My fucking garage door opener doesn't even work because of all of the electric shit that's in this room, which is right above the garage door opener.
Oh, what a time to be alive.
All this arguing has made me thirsty.
God damn you.
Where'd this Pepsi can come from?
Oh, you spent that joke in Coca-Cola, kid.
But now I'm thirsty for Pepsi.
You have no brand loyalty, you fucking shill. Anyway, so this is like that game Temple Run.
Yeah, really, right?
And are you sure you're not going to tell everyone how much you spent on this game?
You know what? There's only a couple games that are worth looking into if you're a collector, and I don't really call myself a collector. I don't know. I like anything
accumulator of crap is more like it.
I like anything that's weird and stupid like this. And yes, this episode's an extra little longer because I got to get my money's worth for buying this game. But this game alone runs. I got a good deal on it, but it's still way too much. This game runs about $70 today. Yeah. It sucks.
Ghost Train.
Yeah. There's also another one that I want that if you ever see me playing that, you know I won the fucking lottery, and that's LSD for PlayStation 1.
I thought it was going to be some other soda product.
No, it's this guy made like a PlayStation 1 game based on his dreams, and it's all like psychedelic and stuff. It's fucking bizarre. That's about $300.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, it's stupid.
You have to be high on LSD to think I'm going to pay prices like that.
Again, why is that, like, if this was released in America, it wouldn't be that expensive. So why the fuck was the, like, do they not have Pepsi in America? I mean, what the fuck? What were they thinking? I mean, it's already made.
Yeah, I don't know.
That fat oaf that's in the beginning, like, he's speaking English.
Yeah, maybe they just figured that no one would buy it, or maybe like they released it there first and it was such an abysmal failure that they just decided like, oh, let's just cut our losses and run.
Well, you cut your losses.
Maybe,
you've already like invested in a ton of money in developing and manufacturing the game,
I don't know. Maybe
distribution.
The Coca-Cola Kid wasn't released in America. And that was because we don't have Coca-Cola Kid as a mascot. So maybe this fucking Silver Surfer ripoff, just because he's not in America, they figured no one's going to know who he is, so who cares?
Maybe, I don't know. But
Did you look up to see if there's any like Pepsi Man commercials?
No, but I did look up that there was like actual printed material. Like there's posters and stuff of Pepsi Man that people are selling on eBay and stuff. Because I was like scouring the internet trying to find anyone who had this game that was cheap, and I had to buy it, and it was all fucked up, and I had to get it resurfaced. That was the only reason I could get it cheaper than everyone else.
Nice. Meanwhile, I hate these tempo run type games where like you got to run toward the camera. It's so cheap.
It is cheap, and the game is all about like remembering exactly where things are. And I'm bad at that. I can't remember your fucking name, like, let alone, like, a whole map. Yeah, and I tried real hard to actually beat this. How long did I play this that one day? About, like, 3 hours?
Oh, I don't know.
And I got, like, maybe halfway through.
Yeah, I remember when you finally broke. You're like, well, let's look up a playthrough and see, like, how much farther I needed to go. And it was like 12 levels or something insane.
Yeah. I was pissed, too, because I just died way too many times. And every time you die and you get the game over screen, it's like, Pepsi Man! Like,
you got this oaf laughing at you.
You're doing pretty good.
Oh, I'm so thirsty.
Have a Pepsi.
Yeah. Meanwhile, this guy's dead of diabetes because, like, you get to see his room later on, and he's got like 100,000 empty Pepsi cans in his apartment.
Yeah. Well, when he goes to the refrigerator, he grabs a bunch of cans all at once.
Yeah,
which is so stupid. I hate it when people do that in like beer commercials or whatever. Like they grab more than one. It's like, so the other ones are just going to sit there and get warm. Because you didn't want to get your ass out of the chair to grab another one.
What is that? Will work for Pepsi sign? You see those like homeless beggars?
Why work for it? It's littered all over the
road. Oh, that's another thing. It's like the official story to this game is the soda machines are empty, and you have to like go fill the soda machine before there's a riot because people are angry that there is no Pepsi in there. And it's like, why is there, like, why does anybody care? There's fucking Pepsi all over the streets.
Yeah, not just the cans, but, like, you just passed a bunch of crates that had Pepsi inside them.
Yeah. And it gets so much worse as you get further in the game. It's like, you start going through, like, the manufacturing facility of Pepsi. It's like, why does anyone here care about Pepsi so much that they're gonna riot? I mean, this is ridiculous. Are you putting cocaine in here? And even if you were, like, it's everywhere. You just grab it off the street.
I would have liked it more if you played as that guy in the cutscenes.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
It would have been easier, too, because you'd barely be able to run. So you'd go much slower.
You would go slower?
Yeah, that's the only difficulty is, like, Pepsi Man's just an asshole. He won't slow down.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's like at the end of each level, that fat guy gets a heart attack.
Here's something that was bothering me when I was watching you play this legit, like, for hours on end, whatever it was. You would, like, die because you were going out of your way to get every Pepsi can. I'm like, you know what? That's not even important. I get it. It gets you points, whatever.
Extra
Eventually,
lives, which is important.
But not really. It's more important to survive than risk your life for an extra life.
But that extra life gets you to, like, the next checkpoint. Because if you die with no lives left, you gotta start the whole game all over again.
Yeah, but there is, like, some sort of code or something you were using. You ran out of lives and saw that game over screen 1,000 times, and you still...
Oh, yeah. No, it asks you to continue. Like, so I wasn't cheating. No, I was hitting, like, yes, continue. But then I had to play that one level that I couldn't pass from the very beginning again. So, like here, I can get further.
And,
yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
Yep. And, I mean, I wish I could cheat on this game. And you know what sucks is, like, we went to, like, some YouTube channel that the guy played the whole game in its entirety, and he didn't die, not a single fucking time. And he had, like, what, like, almost 100 extra lives?
Because he was getting 100% clear rate on every level.
He was getting every Pepsi can, yeah.
Yeah, no, there's some people that are good at these things. It's crazy.
It is. And, like, there was stuff that, like, I didn't know. So, like, you have the sliding move right there. There's also, like, another move that you don't learn until much later. And it's only because they force you to learn it. You have to press, like, forward and, like, 2 other buttons, I think, and, like, you do a fast run, like, you go even faster, and it's like, that's bullshit. Like, that you would think that, I don't know, it would tell you, like, press this or that, or, like, in the pause button give you the controls or whatever. It's bullshit. And here's the part, you have to use it, otherwise you die. And yes. I couldn't figure it out. I was fucking screaming at the TV at one point when I was like, I'm done. And I can't be finished. Like, I gotta get more footage because I gotta get my dumb money's worth.
You say that all the time, but, you know, sometimes it's just better to have short videos. Like, I see that we still got a long way to go, and I'm already done talking about this. Like, how much can you really talk about Pepsi?
Well, I'm almost finished with my can, so we'll see.
Oh, my God.
Pepsi's not even that great. Kind of tastes like shit. Not really.
It tastes the same as everything else.
No.
It's not like Squirt.
Oh,
remember
God, that's the worst.
We watched, way back when, we watched this movie called Supergirl, 1984, and in it, there's a scene where this guy is trying to feed Supergirl this drink, like this mystery drink in a mystery bottle, and he's like, Squirt? Want some Squirt?
It's not just that. He's in this place where there are no items anywhere. It's
clearly his semen.
Yeah, exactly. He's banished to an area where, like, it couldn't be anything but his semen.
And spoiler alert for Supergirl, she does take a taste of it. And she makes a face that's like, oh, God, that's semen.
Yeah, she doesn't spit, she swallows.
Anyway, because of that scene, the very next time we went to the grocery store, saw a bottle of Squirt and thought it was funny, so we bought it, and it was terrible.
It's terrible. And I've had semen before, and I think Squirt is worse.
Wow. Sometimes, like, you just take it to a low that you go too far, man. But anyway, I was going to say, unless it's Squirt the drink, the legit drink you buy in the store, pretty much soda all tastes the same.
Oh, fuck. You know, that's not true, because in the very beginning, like, I didn't like Diet. Diet tastes terrible. And then, like, that's all that you would ever drink. And then, like, just out of lazy habit, I started drinking your soda because I'm a cheap bastard. And then, like, now I can't drink anything that's not Diet because it just tastes bad to me. Like, so you get used to it.
Pepsi for TV game.
Oh, this guy's making me hate potato chips now, too. Meanwhile, though, that brings up a good point. So, like, let's say we find, like, a potato chip game. Are you just going to be cramming your face full of chips while we watch the video?
Dude, if there was a potato chip game that I knew of, I would already own it. Yeah, I would definitely play that. It'd be like a game where you gotta collect potatoes. It's like that movie Sausage Party. That I can't wait for it to come out. I want to watch that.
Oh, is that the cartoon where it's like, it looks all fun, family friendly, but then the foods are all like getting eaten and it's violent and very adult oriented.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like you're going around collecting a bunch of potatoes that are like living children, and then you slice them up into a bunch of little pieces, and then you fry their dead bodies and make them delicious and eat them. Yeah.
Meanwhile, I have to point out that this truck driver really hates you, and he's doing this on purpose.
Because he slows down.
He slows down when you get hit.
He's like, come on, chase me. Chase me.
He's trying to hurt you. But why would he be doing that? Because, you know, everyone loves Pepsi.
He works for the Coke company. Oh, shit.
Or maybe there's just some sort of resistance that's like, you've gone too far. Like, your drinks are everywhere.
Oh, yeah. That'd be interesting.
These bikers are just trying to attack you because you stole their Pepsi.
You hear that noise? Wow!
Yeah. Sound is terrible in this game.
Yeah.
So, we're still watching it. Huh? I told you not to make it this long.
He does look awful lot like the Silver Surfer, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Where does the Silver Surfer belong? Is it Marvel?
Yeah.
And like, what's his origin story? I know nothing about him. Is he really the Pepsi Man? The fuck happened there?
Yeah, I don't know Silver Surfer story really. Like, he was working for some dude who ate planets, and he would just like surf to inhabited planets and point them out, like, hey dude, eat this planet, it's full of people. And he was doing that because, like, if he helped this big monster, then this big monster wouldn't eat his home planet. That's it. I vaguely know the story. I took a look at that character. I'm like, yeah, I don't care for this. Like, just some silver naked dude who surfs.
He's
like,
right up my alley.
Like, I'd rather just stick with my Spider-Man and all the real heroes.
I didn't know that he was a bad guy. Yeah, he can't be called a hero. He's like
no,
fucking...
he eventually became a good guy.
Oh.
If you watch that god-awful Fantastic Four movie, you can see him.
Yeah, no thanks. Yeah, like, there's a statue that we saw that was like a Silver Surfer statue. He just reminds me of the metal Terminator. Like, that's what he looks like to me. Was that Terminator 2?
Yeah.
I should rephrase that. The liquid metal Terminator.
Well, whatever. I know what you were talking about.
Fucking buffaloes, huh? Like, they're kind of, you know, running out of ideas. This seems a little desperate to me.
So you're clearly not in Japan anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
And you've transported, like, back in time, because as far as I know, there are no wild buffalo herds anymore.
Yeah.
Do buffalo even exist? Did we kill them all?
No. Yeah, no, just it looks like Arizona, but we don't have wild buffalo in Arizona. But yes, buffalo do exist in the wild still.
That was like the world's first video game, kind of, sort of, when like people were making their way out into like Arizona, California, whatever, and on their way here, like sitting in the train, they just be like, it was a rail shooter. They just stick their guns out and shoot all the buffalo because it was the only thing to do.
Just leave them sitting there to rot.
Oh yeah. You know how like the Indians like were like, we use every piece of the buffalo, like we use no piece of the
Oh, good old white man. Here we go. I've had enough of this game.
Oh, thank God, it's over.
I've had enough of this Pepsi too. Take this away from me.